G'day everybody, this is another Fightspanner car painting video. So my daughter has a Nissan Teeter and it was this colour, and she asked me whether she thought we could do it in a Daredevil design. So I got out some Daredevil designs and had a look at different things. I don't know a heap about Daredevil, but I found some pictures that I thought would go on bonnet, and we ended up with this one and decided that this was the nicest. So I did some designs on how that would look, and she suggested that she wanted the Manhattan skyline because that's where Matt Murdock operates around. So we decided we'd put the Manhattan skyline around the bottom of the car, and so it would be a two-tone with red on the top and the Manhattan skyline on the bottom. Video, and it's got it started with washing, then sanding and prep, and then we got into it. There is a 19-minute video if you want to see this a little bit slower, but this is for anybody that just wants to see the process. It is still the full process. It's the same as the 19-minute video, but it's done at 4 more times the speed, so 20 times times 4 times, so 120 times, is that right? I don't know. Lots and lots. First coat was red, and so it had been masked up. We'd masked up the design that was going to be green and pink, and then 6 hours of masking up the Manhattan skyline right around the car. We got some AO size prints done at Officeworks and stuck them together to make the skyline as best we could, and sort of fudged it around the wheel arches and wrapped it around the back. After that skyline, that was masked off, and then I had to spray the black on the bottom, and here you have the first peeling off, and it came off really well and did look good. We've got some badges for the car that were done, and then the next thing to do was to mask up for the pink. I decided not to spray the pink because it was just too much effort to continue to keep masking the car up. And so I sponged the pink on. There was a tiny little bit of bleeding, but figured that out later. Had some red, so I did the Daredevil writing on the Daredevil badges that we produced 3D. We made them using the comic logo design and raised them out in Blender. Same with the picture of Matt himself. So then I had to mask off for the green to sponge as well. On this green I didn't thin it as much because I wasn't spraying it, so I was able to work it a bit better and it didn't bleed, so there wasn't any touch up for this. After that it was remove all the mask and then do the pink. I also at this point got because there's so many nunchuck cords and everything going everywhere, I masked things off and defined them a little bit with very skinny pieces of tape, and then just started doing all of the painting in of the blocky lines. So I used the skin tone to do some highlights where he has the most highlights on him, rather than using white because I thought it'd be a bit stark. Started with the black, spilled some black, had to go wipe the black off, and managed to wipe off the chin and some of the skin because it was brand new, so then I had to re-put that in. But I think I did a better job on the second go than I did on the first. The paint, because it's a 2-pack, goes off, so depending on how much time it takes you to fiddle around with it, I had to keep stopping and letting it go off for a couple of hours so that I could come back and do the next lot, and then if there were issues I wasn't rubbing it off with thinners when I did it. Couple of mistakes with some of the highlights, so there's a ribbon there that I have to go back and touch up red later, and this is just some progress photos so you can know. During the course of doing all the ribbons and all of the nunchuck strings, I had to rub it out a couple of times because there was things that I had to figure out what was over the top and what was underneath, and that changed a little bit as I was doing it, and look at the reference and back, and then at the reference again, and oh, hang on a minute, that one goes under, that one goes over. So it was around about, it's 12 hours of video that I recorded to do the whole lot. The actual black painting, all of the details to get Daredevil in is probably about 5.5, 6 hours, I think. It's probably about half of what I had to do. So that's all of the black done. Then I had to do the green line around the outside. A couple of times rubbed this off and redid it if it was too thick and too far out, and eventually got the green on. Then got some of the original red and touched up some of those highlights, took them back a little bit, and then used the red from Spider-Man to do his eyes and the D's on his shirt. It's gluing the decals on. There you have it. There needed to be a Spider-Man because they're mates, so I stuck a Spider-Man on for my daughter, and there you go. She's off and running. Here's just a very quick, as I said again, this is much faster than the other video. It is complete, but it's super fast. So there you go. If you want to see it slower, there's a 19-minute one, and you can watch that. It says 19 minutes, and this one will say 7 minutes in the description. And then here's just the glamour shots of how it all went together. It's turned out fantastic. She's really liking driving it around, and lots of people stopping and waving and giving her a thumbs up and saying we love the car. So there's the Spidey and the Daredevil together, and proud painter and owner. And then we also did a 3-car shot with the Nightwing came up, and we all did our action pose. And then this is just a shot of the 3 cars together. Thank you for watching my speedy video, and I hope you have enjoyed, and you might enjoy watching the longer one if you want to see it done a little bit slower. Have a great day. I'll see you the next time I do a video.